thank you to Cade Silvermoon for their generous donation on Patreon. If you'd like to join them in their generosity, the link to my Patreon page is in the description. Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Tennis Ace. On the last episode, we got some advice from Saya about our college situation. And on this one, we are purported to be going on a date with Shoichi. We'll see how that goes. I hope it goes well. Let me know. I'm trying to figure out a good way that doesn't sound pushy to do the YouTuber thing at the beginning. I still don't like telling people to like something before they've watched it because that sounds so stupid. If you enjoy this series and haven't subscribed yet, please do, because there's more episodes to come, obviously. Hi, Bri.
I've come to
Collect.
Get your bahunkus in the bedroom so we can watch Muppet Christmas Carol. So help me God.
No. Oh God, my foot. Oh Jesus. Inside of the already overwhelmingly hot house during the middle of summer, a sweltering heat circles around the kitchen. Nothing can be heard aside from the sound of the knife repeatedly hitting the chopping board, as well as the sizzling of the myriad pots and pans being used. Everything's being fried, grilled, boiled, broiled, roasted, among others. I'm preparing 3 different main dishes: karage, tonkatsu, and some Western-inspired steak au poire. I don't know. Along with those, there's egg salad, pasta salad, white rice, egg fried rice, rice cakes, and potato croquettes. To top it off, I have 2 different types of cakes in the oven. Some basic castella cake, as well as a gingerbread cake I've wanted to try and make for a while now. With all of that taken into consideration, it's fairly simple to say that I am freaking out! First thing I see when I step downstairs from my room is this. Man, this is getting really familiar by now. What do you mean? What's got into you this time? Exams? Upcoming tournament? How to fight with someone? Is it that obvious? That you're one step away from losing your mind? Yep. I just wanted some way to distract myself. Get off my case. Who are you even cooking for? Are we feeding the self-defense forces or something? I didn't think that far. We're gonna be eating leftovers for days. Yeah, we just might be. And yet, you're not letting go of the knife. Would you please stop chopping? I already got started on this dish. I can't leave it half finished. What are you even making? Do you need the full list, or... Never mind, I think I'm good. What's going on? There's no way I can tell him without also letting him know that Shoichi and I being a couple. After all, even though we've already been dating for a while now, due to how busy we usually are, we haven't really had any proper dates so far. Or actually none that really come to mind. Shoichi is a huge stickler for doing things the proper way. If we're just hanging out together like usual, he would completely refuse to acknowledge it as a date. The end result is that for most of the time, it feels like absolutely nothing has changed between us. Mostly still talk and joke around like we did when we were just friends. It's just that 1% of the time where, hello, Earth to a Nikki, are you listening? Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Seriously, what's going on with you this time? I'm just nervous is all. Nervous for completely unexplained reasons? That's not suspicious. I don't owe you a detailed report on my life. And yet, when it's me, I owe you one? Yes, that's what we call being a child. I am an adult, you're the child. It's not a hard concept to understand. Don't talk down to me like I'm 5. Honestly, I miss the time when you were 5. You were so much cuter back then. Although you didn't like me at all back then. Are you seriously not gonna tell me what's going on? You do catch on fast. I'll kick you. Good luck with that. Pretty sure that with this much distance between you, I'd outrun you easily. I may not be the fastest runner, but but at least I don't have tiny legs. Don't look at me all smug like that. What, me smug? I'd never smug. I'm never smug. I'd never smug. I would never smug. You know what? Do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm gonna play a game. Don't be so cold. Stay here with me. What the hell do you want from me? Do you want to talk to me or not? I don't know. Die. That's harsh. That is way too harsh. Where are you learning this kind of stuff from? Don't talk to me like that. And stop wasting my time. Either talk or don't. Don't keep bugging me while begging me not to leave. Excuse you, I'm not begging. I just don't know how much I should or shouldn't tell you. On the one hand, I feel like my relationship with Shoichi is at the point where I might as well start telling people about it. It certainly would be nice to not have to tiptoe around Aki. I talk to him so often that I'm constantly having to police myself, and what I do or don't tell him is exhausting. On the other hand, I have no guarantee that he wouldn't go right to Hitoka and tell her about us. I mean, I've never known him to be so stupid about boundaries, but and again, I hadn't known he'd been spying on me and reporting to her until recently. Not knowing what to do, I bite my lip, my hand stopping for the first time since I started cooking. Being indecisive has always been a flaw of mine, but rarely is it as annoying as it is today. I want to tell him, but I also don't want him to know. My brain goes around in circles over the subject, and I end up saying nothing. I'm going back to my room. Oh, wait! Either tell me something or don't. Don't keep bugging me if you're just gonna stare at me without saying a word. It's not like I don't want to tell you. It's just complicated. I don't know how to go about it. From the start might be nice. I also don't know if I should tell you at all. You're such a headache sometimes. Excuse me for wanting to be careful. I think you're confusing careful with afraid. What are you, a shrink? Don't try to analyze me. I already get enough of that from my friends at large. What? Okay, in general, I think. At large is like running from jail. Just leave me to myself. I'll work it through it on my own. This after you told me multiple times to not leave you because you wanted me to stay around. I don't want you to leave, but that doesn't mean I want to tell you about Shoichi and me either. Maybe I'm holding myself to too high a standard. Gathering the strength to ask Saya-chan about it for advice was already way too much for a single weekend. I've earned the right to be secretive for a little while longer. Yeah, that sounds convincing enough. I'll go with that. Just be a bit patient with me. I'm trying to work through it, but it's hard. Fine. It's not like I cared to know all that much. Okay, now that sounded really, really cold. It kind of bothers me a bit. Make up your damn mind! I'm trying to, okay? This sort of thing is hard. I can never tell how much is too much information or what is appropriate to share. This whole thing is new territory for me. Shoichi was a really close friend for so long. Almost like a brother to Aki and me. Would he find us dating weird? Even if he didn't, I'm still not sure how the dynamic is supposed to work. The fact that we're so close makes it easier in parts, but also much more difficult than others. Or maybe that's just an excuse I'm telling myself so I don't have to think too hard about it. I swear to God, my brain is exhausting sometimes. Look, Suddenly a knock echoes from the front door, causing mine and Aki's attention to snap to it. Are you expecting someone's visit or something? No, not really. Did he forget about the date? Did he forget about the fucking date? I can't fucking believe, motherfucker. I was actually going to leave as soon as I finished baking these cakes, so it's not like I invited anyone over. Is it one of your friends? Doubt it. They know to message me first without dropping by, otherwise I'd kick them out. Seriously? Me too. Me too. We are on the same wavelength there, Aki. You're way too young to be this much of a grouch. It's not a grouch. It's respecting boundaries, man. You act like a normal kid your age, for crying out loud. Hang on, I'll go check who it is. With nothing else but a single nod from me, Aki disappeared into the entrance hallway. I bet it's fucking Shoichi, probably. Sound of the door sliding open echoed from down the hall, followed by a gasp. Shoichi! Why is he gonna act like it's the fucking second coming of Christ? What the hell? What? Shoichi! What is he doing here? Come on, be cool, Cleveland. Don't let him see you nervous. Don't look around the kitchen and anyone can tell I'm nervous. Not good. Sure enough, less than a minute after his presence was first made known to me, Shoichi appeared from the doorway. Looked about the same as always, dressed in his favorite shirt and shorts, except he had some kind of bag around his shoulder. Aki followed closely behind him, smiling from ear to ear. Morning. I thought I'd pass. Wait, what the hell is this? Shoichi's eyes go wide for a second, looking around the mess that I've made with a mix of horror and bewilderment. Who are you cooking for? Why is there so much food? I needed a distraction. From what? You don't get to ask me that question. You should know already, you stupid husky. Hey, Shoichi, how come you're here? Sorry, got sidetracked. Cleveland and I agreed to go out together today, so I thought I'd drop by a bit earlier than usual to say hi. Then we could go out together instead of meeting somewhere. So just drop by unannounced? That's not good for my heart, you say after chastising Aki for the same thing. I really don't want you to see this mess. As you can see, Aniki is kind of in the middle of something. Yeah, I can tell. So much stuff, holy crap. He said he was nervous. Nervous, huh? Aki! What? Why are you calling my name out like that? It's true, you literally said that to me. That's not the point, just be quiet. Oh. Don't look at me like, period. How very cute. Stop that! You stop that right now! This isn't good for my heart! This is not good for my heart! Whoa, Nikki, your face just went super. Yes, I am aware! Just shut up, you! Alright, you heard your brother, Aki-kun. Let's not get on this case too much right now. Oh. Shoichi walks to a nearby counter with me making sure to keep watch over him with the corner of my eyes to make sure he doesn't try to be funny. Instead, I see him grab a nearby dishcloth. In a move that makes my mouth agape, Shoichi starts cleaning up after me, getting rid of any small stains and spillovers on the kitchen counters and cabinets. What are you doing? I'm cleaning it, can't you tell? Of course I can tell. My point is, why? Why not? You're clearly busy. If I can help, then why shouldn't I? You don't have to trouble yourself. It's no trouble. I'm already an expert homemaker on my own anyway. What? You live on your own for a few months every year, and that makes you an expert homemaker? Strong words from the kid that is standing around doing nothing. Oh dear. It's not often that I see Aki try to sass Shoichi of all people, but that one didn't work out for him at all. Nikki, don't you dare laugh. Sorry, oh man. In no time flat, Shoichi has finished cleaning up the entirety of the kitchen counters, moving along to any dishes or bowls that were used and not yet cleaned. He's pretty fast with this sort of thing, I have to give it to him. Everything he touches is soon left sparkling clean. Dishes, silverware, assorted utensils. Please, where do you want me to put this? Oh, the cabinet to your left is where we keep the other bowls, just stack it on top of them. Got it. He really is efficient. The only reason you'd keep in that line is the fact that he called you Cleaves in front of you, Aki, which you're probably gonna freak out about later. I'm not the same back when we held the party at Takehiko-san, but Shoichi is fairly good in these kinds of repetitive tasks. The sort of thing that would quickly leave me bored and fidgety. I might be guilty of cutting corners here and there to get it done sooner. Of course, in a scenario like that, the results would really speak for themselves. Shoichi's always been good at repetition, though. Whether he does something once or 100 times, he puts the exact same level of care into it all. And to think of it, that might be why he's always been the ideal sportsman. Granted, with him, that level of effort was always necessary just to keep up with everyone around him. But at the same time, that kind of work ethic is hard to find. I've always been guilty of looking for ways to slack off during the boring, repetitious stuff. Be it practice, cleaning, homework, I get sick of all of it real fast. I'm done with these. Anything else you need cleaned? Just a sec. I'm about to finish frying this. Can I ask you to take care of the skillet after? Sure, it's not a problem. Be careful, the oil is really, really hot. Yes, I'm aware. I'm not stupid. I never said you were. I just don't want you burning yourself. You know. Huh? Aki, who has been quietly watching us through all this, finally speaks up, drawing our attention back to him. I even forgot he was in the room for a second there. I'm not really sure how to put it, but you two seem a bit different. Different how? Different. In the way you talk to each other and all. Did something good happen? Why does he look right at me when he asked that? I suppose you could say that. Shoichi! I see. I'm glad to hear. What are you two saying? It's really subtle, though. I wouldn't be surprised if other people didn't notice at all. I'm not imagining anything, so am I? He's beating around the bush, but he's definitely implying that... I'm glad to hear that, too. I'd have been worried if it had been obvious. Nah, you're good. I've pretty much known for a while, though. What? You have? Maybe. This is... Are we actually talking about what I think we're talking about? Oh, God, what is going on here? I'm kind of curious. How could you tell? Mostly because of Aniki. Me? Aki nods. Usually don't care about what other people do, or how they think of you. And despite all that, you've been extra attentive around Shoichi lately, fussing over what he thinks of things and getting nervous when he's around. You also started studying a lot more. Has he really been acting like that? I'm kinda happy to hear it. This is a lot more embarrassing than I thought it would be. You shouldn't be embarrassed, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I think I remember you saying something like this before, but my brain isn't gonna let me relax until I'm absolutely sure, so... Can you just confirm to me, what exactly are we talking about here? Seriously, isn't context enough for you? Context has let me down way too much in the past, I'd rather be sure. We're talking about you and Shoichi need dating for a while now. Right, that's what I thought we were talking about. You're an idiot. Shoichi walks past me while carrying a pile of utensils to stack away in another cabinet. There was a kiss sound. He stops while doing so, quickly giving me a peck on the cheek before moving along with what he was doing. Niki's face is really red. I know, I love it when he gets like this. What are you doing in front of Aki? What do you mean? He already knows. Kind of pointless to try to keep it hidden when he's already said so. Not like it was the best kept secret ever either. See, you heard him. I will strangle you both! You know, how about we have lunch here? Really? You sure? I thought you said you wanted to eat out. Sorry. That's true, I did say that. But look at the ridiculous amount of food in here. Even if all of us had lunch and dinner in here, it still would be leftovers for days. I told him that too. Quiet, you! Besides, I don't know. I like this mood. Is it bad that I want to stick around for a bit longer? It's not like I'm saying we won't go all out. What? Go out at all. Whatever. We can just leave after lunch. Well, I guess it really would be a waste to not do something with all this food. Yay! How come you're so excited for lunch? Shoichi is always so busy. I don't get many chances to spend time with him. So you're basically going to be crashing our date. Again, I guess the date doesn't really start until we leave the house. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about Aki being so excited about Shoichi having lunch at home, but not really caring for me. Kinda feel a bit jealous at just how much he likes Shoichi. Okay, then, it's settled. Now you just have to invite me for lunch. Huh? Don't look at me like that. Etiquette is important. This is a date, after all. Wait, are you saying that the date has actually started because Aki is here and all? So? Yeah, so? Could you stop agreeing with each other for a single second here and stop to think about how fucking weird that is? Why is my little brother hanging out around at our date? Come on, Cleves, you don't have to look so serious. I was joking. Just feel weird inviting myself to lunch at your place. That's exactly what you did! You showed up unannounced, you decided to have lunch here. Like, you weren't the one doing these things. So that was it? Sheesh, you're so fussy. You're pretty much already an unofficial fourth member of our household anyway. Not like you would need anyone's permission. Of course I do. Manners are important. Yeah, that sounds more like you. All right. Okay, I'll play along. Would you like to stay for lunch, Shoichi? Yeah, I would. Thanks for the invite. You acted so giddy over an invitation you asked me for. It's so weird. This is really nice. It's been a while since the four of us ate together. The four of us? Oh, right. Mom's home. Really? Yeah. She had just started taking a bath when I came downstairs. She said Aniki was making a lot of noise downstairs and asked me to see what he was up to. I can imagine that. That's really nice, too. That's really nice, though. I don't usually have the chance to talk to Misaki-san. I'll never understand why you're so happy whenever you get to see my mom. I've known Misaki-san since I was a kid. She's like an aunt to me. That's so. Well, I'll love to see how you explain to your aunt that you're dating her son then. That's not... Aki-kun, don't laugh. You're breaking my heart here. Sorry, your reaction was really funny. Huh. It's weird. This kind of atmosphere should have been very familiar to me by now. All it's missing is Hitoka hanging around for it to become a copy of the scenes of my childhood I'd grown so used to seeing. Yet it also feels different. That's because my relationship with Shoichi is different. Relationships are weird sometimes. Not sure what to make of it. Hello there. Earth to Cleveland. Is anyone home? I'm snapped out of my thoughts by the sound of Shoichi snapping his fingers in front of my face. Sorry. Got distracted. I could tell. You had this crazy, thoughtful expression on your face. Is something the matter? Nah, not really. Just getting lost in a bit of nostalgia. Right? I was thinking the same thing. I can see what you mean. All we're missing is Hitoka, and it suddenly becomes a childhood memory. Hey, whoa, were they really thinking the same thing as me? That's kind of awesome. Speaking of her, how's Hitoka-chan? You should bring her around sometime. How's Hitoka? You have some gall asking me that when we all know that you've been feeding her some inside information on Cleveland and I. Not my fault you guys are keeping her out of the loop. Just because you stopped talking to her doesn't mean I had to, too. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I wasn't acting like the best older brother out there. She was really happy yesterday, though. Really? Yeah, she was gushing about how she missed going out with Nii-chan. You remember when they were saying they miss being called Nii-chan? It's nice. Shoichi might have tried to act nonchalant about it in the past, but the mere mention of his sister being happy was enough to give him an indescribable look. It's nice seeing him like that. And just to leave it out there, you don't need to worry about me telling Hitoka-chan about you guys. I've never shared my suspicions about you two with her. I wasn't worried about that until now. What? I just told you not to worry. And you telling me not to worry is what made me worry. Stop being so difficult. Guys, settle down. Don't tell us what to do! Aki and I both snap our attention to him barking back at him at the same time. It's at times like these that I really start to see the family resemblance. Before we have a chance to continue our discussion, the sound of footsteps, soft and barely noticeable at first, begin to echo upstairs, reaching the stairs and making its way down. It's the mom! Morning! Good morning. Oh, Shoichi-kun! I almost didn't see you there. Really? How'd you manage that? Look how big he is. I'm not that much taller than you. Mom walks up to Shoichi, reaching up to his head, petting him gently. It's good to see your face. Thank you. Cleveland's invited me to have lunch here. I hope that's all right with you. Of course it is. It's always good to have you around. I'm sure we have more than enough. Oh, Her eyes scan to the rest of the kitchen, quickly falling on the ludicrous amount of pots and pans full of food I have lying around. Too many to even fit on the stovetop, some having been dumped into glass containers that now rest atop the counter. Oh boy. What? Cleveland-kun, what is this? I got a bit ahead of myself. Do we even have any ingredients left? Anything in the freezer at all? I promise I'll go to the grocery store later today. Mom rubs her temple, sighing loudly. Don't bother. I doubt we need any for the foreseeable future. Sorry. At least you didn't make too big a mess. Actually, you have Shoichi. Oh God! Actually, you have Shoichi need to thank for that. He cleaned up while Aniki cooked. Oh. You didn't have to throw your brother under the bus. I know. Aki, you suck. Don't talk like that with your brother. Fine. Little shit hides behind Mom, cheekily showing off his tongue while laughing under his breath at me. I swear, your personality regressed at least 5 years whenever Mom's around. Well, at least we already know there won't be a lack of food, so you know it won't be a problem. It's always good to have you around, Shoichi. Good lord, Shoichi-kun. I don't see you quite as often as I'd like anymore. Thank you. We've both been very busy lately, I'm sure. Not that I'm comparing my workload to yours, ma'am. Oh, don't be like that. You're allowed to have troubles of your own. Someone else having more or fewer problems doesn't invalidate your own. Aki, help me set the table. Okay. Mom quickly walks up to a nearby cabinet, grabbing a few plates and handing them over to Aki. She continues to chat us up, keeping most of her attention on Shoichi. Her tail wags excitedly behind her. Seeing it like that makes me want to laugh, but I somehow manage to contain the urge. So tell me, Shoichi-kun, what have you been up to? I hope school hasn't been too difficult. No, not at all. Dad's been a bit more strict than usual with making me study, but that's just because of college entrance exams looming close by. Do make sure to take some time off for yourself, though. There's no point working yourself to exhaustion. If you don't handle your stress levels, you won't be able to function properly. Right. That really doesn't sound convincing at all coming from you, Mom. I think you'll do really well in your exam, Shoichi-ni. I can't imagine you failing one. Thanks. That's really nice of you to say. Will you be spending the day with us? I'll be busy for a bit longer, but I can rush through my work to make time to spend with you boys. No. Cleveland and I actually have plans. We were going to eat out together, but there was so much food here that we decided to stay. Is that so? What are your plans? Our plans, that's, What's wrong? It's nothing. We were just gonna spend the day, out. Yes, I got that much, but doing what? Are you going to the movies or something? Well, that's, you were gonna go to the park. Really? That sounds lovely. Which park? The Kukishobu Park. Oh, that one's beautiful. My work colleagues love it too. Girls in my office talk about how they go on dates there often. Did you know they have some pedal boats? I had no idea. Right, I guess it is like that. Jesus Christ, he's trying not to say it because he wants it to be a surprise, but Mom's just fucking it up. Mom might be totally oblivious, but just from the look on Shoichi's face, I can already imagine what his plans are. Your mom's not oblivious. She knows. That's why she said it. That's why she said it. Don't ever just assume your mom doesn't know some shit about you. Guess I won't be a surprise now anymore. And now Shoichi's shooting me a bunch of coy looks. It's really cute to see him looking all flustered. He always acts self-assured. It's nice to see him embarrassed. Hell, I wish I could get him like that on demand. Would be a great way to get back at him for embarrassing me all the time. Have you ever been to Kukishobu before? It's a bit out of the way. Where is it even? I've never been there. It's a bit outside of town. How far?
About as far from us as we are from Tokyo, I'd say. Just in the opposite direction.
Whoa, that's pretty much on a neighboring city by that point. Not really, it's a bit out of the way, but it's still in Saitama.
It'll probably take you at least an hour to get there. Maybe you should get pack some leftovers so you can eat while you're there. If you're going that far just to have a day off, you should at least stay for the sunset. It's pretty beautiful there.
Yeah. She knows, man. She knows. I'm surprised you've been there before. With how far it is, when did you even find time?
This was years ago. Way before I started working on cases for the Supreme Court. I definitely don't have time to make that sort of trip now. The time it would take for me to make the trip is about all the free time I can even find. Mom, I hope you realize how sad that sounds. I know. It's all right. Once we're done working on all these cases, I should be able to take at least a full month of vacation.
Really? That sounds awesome. When should you be finished with those?
In a couple years, probably.
Oh, God. Gonna get our hopes up for nothing.
I'm doing my best, sweetie. These things just take time.
I hope you realize I'll be out of the country by then. That's an objective fact. Mom finishes readying the table for us, clapping her hands together as if to call an end in conversation, turning back to us with a wide smile.
That's enough of that now, though. Come on, let's eat. It's not often we have the chance to eat together as a family, even more so while having Shoichi-kun over.
Yeah, sure. Come on, Shoichi, you can sit next to me. Right.
Don't forget to wash your hands before you eat.
Got it. Mom seems to be in a really good mood today. Is that all just because Shoichi is here today? It'd be nice if it was.
Guess this kind of thing is nice too.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. This day seems like it's going to be a while. So the actual date, if you don't include him inviting himself but asking us for invite lunch thing, the rest of the date will be in the next episode of Tennis Ace. So if you want to play this game for yourself, please do go to the description down below. The link to this game is in there. It is free and in development, so be kind. Also, in the description, there's links to my social media pages if you want to follow me there, or other ways if you'd like to support me through Patreon, YouTube memberships, my merch store on Zazzle, coffee, I don't fucking know, PayPal. I even got an Amazon wish list. There's a lot of fucking options down there, so pick and choose at your whims. I've also included cards for any other series that you may like if you like this series. And if you want to see more of this particular series, the subscribe button is a good way to keep on top of ways to know when more episodes of this will be out. Just make sure you click the bell as well, because the subscribe button's apparently not fucking good enough. Like button, share, leave a comment down below if you like this episode, you're looking forward to the date. Let me know if you think the mom knows. I think the mom knows. Oh, mom knows, man. You never underestimate how much a mother knows. All right? But anyway, thank you all very much for watching this episode, and until next time, I've been the trained unprofessional, and you are not. Bye, everyone.
I think that was pretty good YouTuber stuff thing.
Yeah, I said I've been trying to work on it. I think I've gotten pretty good about it.
It was pretty smooth. I think I can do better, though. See ya.